Hello, all my Parametric, Rhino, and Grasshopper friends. I'm Parametric Phil, coming at you from the 5J5 studio, aka my bedroom. I hope you're all doing well during these strange times. Here in Ontario, we are in isolation, so we're not really supposed to leave the house. I don't know what it's like where you guys are at. But because of this, I had an interesting idea that I thought would be super cool if I set up sort of a live stream thing that we do twice a week, but also with a video call element. So I'm trying to think of a way that we can really make this thing super valuable to you guys in your continuing in all of our continuing efforts to really master Rhino and Grasshopper and other tools, other design tools. Okay, so this is how I think it's gonna go down. I'm gonna set up a Zoom call, and for anyone that wants to come in on the Zoom call, that'd be super cool if you wanted to come in. We can do screen sharing. We can show each other what we're working on. It's a great format to ask questions. And if you don't want to come in on the Zoom call, it's totally fine. I'm gonna try to live stream my screen, the Zoom call. I'm gonna try to live stream the Zoom call onto YouTube Live, so it's gonna get a little bit crazy, but hopefully this thing works. We'll see. And we are going to be monitoring the comments. I'm going to have Liam monitoring the comments. If there are any questions or comments that are going on in this live environment, that'd be super cool. You can still ask questions on YouTube Live. Okay, so here's the deal. I don't claim to have all the answers. I'm not like a 20-year Grasshopper veteran, but I do have a lot of hours in the software, and I have done a lot of research in particular design projects. So I might have some idea, I might have at least some direction that you can go in, but there hopefully will be other really smart people in the call that might be able to answer your questions. So this thing, hopefully, this could be a pretty cool resource for us all to have. I'm really looking at how to develop this thing so it can be really resourceful for all you guys, so it brings really good value to everyone that wants to participate. Okay, and the other thing I want to do on top of that is, if you want to ask a question, I know I'm not going to have the answer to a lot of questions, but if it's an interesting question, I'm going to document it. One of us are going to document it, and we're going to develop a list that's going to be public on the internet somewhere, and people will be able to upvote certain questions, and that will tell me like what everyone's really interested in. So if you have an interesting question but I don't have an answer to it, we will be able to address it later on, even if we can't do it during that live stream. We might be able to address your question in the next live stream, or I might just make a separate video addressing that question. So I'm trying to think of a system. I'm trying to develop this system so that when it gains the momentum, this thing will be super valuable to you guys. Because we'll just have this continual thing where we're addressing the most important questions, the most interesting questions. So I'm really excited, really excited about this idea. We'll see how it goes. So I'm planning to do the first live stream this Saturday at 2 p.m. That's Saturday the 11th at 2 p.m. And I'm probably gonna do another one on Wednesday, probably at 7 p.m. So I'm thinking two live streams a week, and hopefully we'll just keep the same time slot, and we can just do it every week. That'd be super cool if this thing works out. We'll see. I guess I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. Twice a week we come together. If you document any questions any challenges that you're running into. I often wish that I had some other people, some other smart minds to kind of bounce ideas off of, because they're just some challenges are so obscure. There doesn't seem to be any obvious solution, and sometimes there's just a glitch in the software, but you can't tell because you think maybe there's an error in the definition. So different things like that. I think it'd be super cool if we kind of had a place to go twice a week, just to bounce ideas off each other, get more minds in on the project. And if you don't have any questions, I'd still love it if you guys could come into the Zoom call, and if you just want to show some things that you're working on, some cool tricks that you found out, that'd be awesome. You know, just some interesting projects. I love seeing what people are working on. It's so cool seeing what people are using Grasshopper for. That's what it's all about, you know. And I think this would be a really cool opportunity to kind of get to know the community better and get to know people who are, you know, as passionate about parametric modeling as, you know, as we are. Okay, if you are interested in, you know, coming into the Zoom call, it'd be super awesome. I would love that if you wanted to come into the Zoom call. I'm gonna have somewhere in the description above or below this video. Probably gonna get you guys to send me an email or something, and then I'll just email you guys the Zoom, the link to the Zoom call. I haven't figured out all the details yet, but check out my Instagram page at Parametric Phil. I'm gonna be, you know, figuring this thing out and putting an update about how this thing is going to work. And so that's where you're gonna find the updates there. And if you want to check it out on YouTube Live, I'm gonna have some type of update on my Instagram page about how you're going to be able to access that live video. I haven't figured out all the details yet. I'm gonna have to do some tests and make sure that this thing works for sure. Okay, this video right here is being posted in a few different places. If you aren't, if you're not watching this on my Parametric Phil Instagram page, you may not be familiar with what I do at Parametric Phil. And if that's the case, I'm just gonna run through, for the rest of the video, I'm just gonna run through first just a few Instagram posts that I've made recently. And then for those, even those that follow me, you might find this interesting. I'm gonna just run through a bunch of projects that I haven't posted yet, things that I've been working on in the background. I'm gonna be making lessons out of all this content and way more. I'm gonna be doing a lot of fundamental stuff, but I just wanted you to see this. Just if you're not familiar with what I do, this is you know, this is what I've been working on in Grasshopper. And you can ask me about any of this stuff in the live chat if you want. So this is gonna be rapid fire. We're just gonna bang through this really quickly. So here we go. Okay, so there's a few videos here just looking at different ways to navigate through the Rhino viewport and different key commands. This is a blend surface tutorial, and I'm really just showing how to use handles to have more control of your surface. Here I'm just showing the bottleneck tool, and here we're setting up a data dam. And here we're showing how to add inputs and outputs to components. So in this one, we're comparing different offset components. And this is a sort list tutorial. Okay, and those are some of my Instagram posts. And this is stuff that I haven't posted yet. This is in the works. Okay, so we have a bunch of just different pattern making algorithms, you know, culling algorithms, Voronoi algorithms. And this is just for fun. I'm just really messing around at this point. I thought it looked kind of cool. And this is sort of a panelized structure, a loft that has been panelized. And this is sort of a lofted structure in context, and kind of going for this sort of organic kind of look, with manipulating a bunch of different parameters here to get the look that we're looking for. Every column is unique. And of course, trusses on a loft. It's a classic Grasshopper tutorial, fully parametric. This is kind of a little pavilion installation that I'm working on, using a custom graph mapper. A brick wall, we can follow a straight line, it will follow a curved line, and then there's some perforations, some interesting perforation. This is a definition I made inspired by Peter Zumthor and his work with brick. He always has these sort of irregularly sized bricks that always look really interesting. So I wanted to make a definition inspired by that. And eventually, the perforation script doesn't work yet. But I'm gonna get that working. And this definition will, the wall will follow a curve pretty well. Okay, and this is the most recent project I've been working on for a long time, and it's basically kind of a public art installation with a whole bunch of lighting, and I set it up basically to do a bunch of cool stuff in V-Ray for Grasshopper. So we're running a render right now, and I actually made an animation. I'm gonna make a better animation, but this is sort of a draft animation here. You ready? Ready for this? Whoa. Okay, that was fun. So that's what I've been working on for the last little while, and I'm gonna have a lot of content coming out soon. But if you have any questions about some of this stuff, immediately just come in on the live stream. Ask whatever you want. Hopefully, I can help you out, or just come hang out with us. It'd be awesome to have you guys there. And I'll see you guys later.